Good morning, motherfuckers. It's Monday. Monday. We back, motherfuckers. We back. Coming in hot, motherfuckers. Whole new week. Holy shit. March is taking fucking hold, ain't it? Good morning. It's the All On Me morning drinking show. I'm your host, Greg. Yup, that's me. The drunk motherfucker. Chronicling what? 10 motherfucking years of sobriety, 10 years of transformation, and even just a handful of months of fucking motivational speaking over here, talking to you motherfuckers about getting on your fucking light a fire under your asses. Y'all motherfuckers need a fire lit under your ass so you can start getting some shit done in life, right? Any of you want to accomplish some shit this day, this week, this month, motherfuckers. Don't you want to accomplish something? I'm grateful, man. We've been getting a lot of you guys finally starting to come around. Finally, this motherfucker stirring the pot. Stirring the fucking pot, man. And some of y'all are finally coming around, right? Asking for some support, asking for a little clarity, asking for some help. Let's not forget that. That is a big part of this, you motherfuckers, is I'm here for you guys. You can't just listen to this message. You got to reach out, man. When your time is your time, let's go. Right? You can listen, do. And if ain't nothing changing, right, it's time. You got to make the fucking call because you can make the fucking difference in your life. And that's it. Ain't nobody gonna make a difference, right? I'm sitting here talking all this shit, trying to motivate motherfuckers to get up and get going, right? But I'm still living life, motherfuckers. I'm not sitting there saying, oh, look at me. I'm a fucking guru. Look at me. I'm a therapist. I ain't none of that shit, right? I've just been putting in the fucking work to get back on track. Look, there is the fucking bottom, man. 10 fucking years coming up. July 22nd, 10 fucking years, man. And we marching to that point. And there's still a lot of learning. There's still a fucking shit ton of growing for me to do. Each and every day I wake up, I'm trying to figure some shit out. I'm trying to stick to my plan, stick to the discipline. Right? Because I still got fucking big goals and dreams to try and accomplish here. Right? Talking all this shit. It all comes down to what? Making a difference in my life. Every day I got to wake up and say, you know what? I got to be the difference maker in my life. I have to do it. I got to put in the work. And even just getting on here. Right? This is how much you guys matter to me. Those of you that keep tuning in, is I keep getting on here because I feel like now I have a sense of responsibility. Not obligated. I feel responsible. I feel like I have taken on something that's bigger than myself. And a lot of times when we take something on that's a little bigger than us, it takes sacrifice and follow through. I talked about. The little old lady in my first college class, man. Not my first college class, the first one back in 2012 after that. After the drunk motherfucker hit his rock bottom, the little old lady told me, look, if you would just follow through, right, everything would change in your life. You're this fucking close. And some of you are this fucking close to breakthrough. Breakthrough. You don't realize how important each and every decision that you make, how important each and every thought you have every day matters. Y'all have some incredible thoughts, but y'all then you go and beat yourself up over a bunch of bullshit, over a bunch of limiting beliefs, over something that happened over what? The weekend, right? We're still in fucking reverse mode. We're still thinking, right? That's a big piece of this, man. Y'all got to quit thinking so much. It took me turning off the thinking mind, right? And just getting in contact with my intuition saying, look, I see my goals. I see my dreams. I know what I'm capable of doing. Quit fucking thinking about it. Just go do it and see what the fuck happens. And even if that's something that you got to journal, right? You got to write it out. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? I have this fear. I'm scared. I don't know. There's all this uncertainty. You got to journal this shit out. Write it out, right? Put it down on paper and see what the fuck happens, right? I talked about this weekend. If you are not in the gym, if you're not hitting the gym, but you want to be in shape, you know you're going to be insecure when you go to the gym. So just get that in your fucking head, right? Get that shit in your fucking head. Because if you can get it in your head, what is already the worst case scenario, then it's like you've overcome a huge hurdle. And most of this shit is just mental fucking hurdles. This is just mental shit that you have to overcome. And a lot of times it's just our minds that we overthink everything. If you're like me, right? I used to fucking talk myself out of everything. But yet has always been something inside of me that gets me to push through, right? I can remember growing up, I feel like I always had to fight the fucking hard fights, right? I always had to fight the toughest guy, the biggest guy, the scary fights. I'm talking real fucking fights. There was something about it. Little old me, I always felt like I always had to fight the scary fights, man. All my bros, they were like, oh, fuck no, that guy's fucking crazy. He's scary. And it's not like I wanted to fight this motherfuckers, these guys, these people. But for some reason, that energy came at me. I told you guys about a fucking encounter with fucking the legendary Tank fucking Abbott, man. He wanted to come at me. And he was just fucking around. But still, I was the one. I was the center of that fucking encounter, right? Until one of my little buddies got pulled into it too. But at the end of the day, I've always had to fight the scary fights. And some of you probably feel like that in life, that you've always had to fucking do the hard thing, or, you know, you've always had to take the hard road. You've always, you know, it seems like right when things, who feels this way? Right when things are going good, it's just a matter of time before it fucking falls apart, right? A matter of time before it goes to shit. Has anybody ever felt that way? Right? Almost carried around like it. I just know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. You know what? That's fucked. You're fucking yourself up. That's the law of attraction. That's a whole limiting belief that literally like some therapy would help you with, right? But you could work through that. I do believe that most of our issues, not all, most of our issues, we could work through on our own if we became very strong, dedicated, committed journalers, where you can really be honest with yourself. It takes that, motherfuckers. You gotta start telling yourself the truth, right? And seeing things from a different perspective. Sometimes even in some of these bad situations, you kind of need to get maybe more than your opinion. You need to maybe get some other people's feedback. I know I needed that. I needed that with a lot of my stories from my youth, right? I needed to figure out if some of the stories were true that I had been told, like about my mom and my biological father. And then I needed to try and see if anybody else had known about the stories or was involved with some of the situations, like me getting kidnapped, attempted kidnapping, crazy shit. And it's like, once I was able to validate that, it's like, wow, fuck, that shit fucking really happened. That's crazy. You know how terrifying that is? You know how unsafe that makes you feel if you've had these fucking experiences, especially, again, 0 to 10. 0 to 10, these crazy, scary experiences, these traumatic events, right? They impact us in these profound ways. It's so unbelievable. It's crazy that here I am, 43 years old, right? And really just in the past 2 years or less, I've been really zoned into this thing called trauma. Childhood trauma, you guys. We have so much things that happen to us. My heart goes out to all of you, because there's very few people that are tuning into this message that haven't had the trauma as a kid. And it comes in all different types of ways, man, right? All types of abuses, right? Sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, right? Just, man, horrific things. And we're just little fucking kids. That's probably why I have such a hard time, man. When, you know, don't fuck with them kids, man. Those poor little fucking kids, right? We're all there. And it's kind of interesting, you know, I get so hard about the little bitch voice. Some of y'all freaking the fuck out when I say that, but I'll tell you the truth. The little bitch voice usually in your head, the little scared voice, the fearful voice, the doubtful voice is usually your child, right? The kid, the little kid inside of you, the little boy, the little girl inside of you. Because they've had these traumatic events, they don't feel safe in this world. Rightfully so, man. They don't feel fucking safe, right? Because they've had this impression that the world is not safe. Why? Because the caregivers were unable to protect. The caregivers did not nurture in ways, and there's a lot of neglect there, right? I definitely experienced a lot of neglect growing up, and what made it worse, in my experience, was the fact that I had a trauma bond with my biological mother because of the violence, and it skewed my view of her. It's like I gave her a free pass, and I always saw her as the victim. I always saw her as the, you know, the victim, as a co-victim with me, and that she could do no wrong, right? I looked at it as like she could do no wrong. Even when I felt abandoned by her, I still gave her the benefit of the doubt, even though I carried around that hurt for a lot of years, a lot of years, right? It was in a meditation about a year ago that I had this real breakthrough in my life in terms of relationships. And really, you know, this is real shit, you know, that for me, the breakthrough I had that came through was that in all the relationships, intimate relationships that I've had up until this point, what I was truly seeking was someone to replace the mother that I lost at 10 years old, right? The mother I lost emotionally at 10 years old. And that's fucked, right? That's not healthy, you guys. That's, you know, that's me wanting someone to fall into a codependent, trauma bonded attachment. And it's really sad because, you know, that law of attraction, you know, if I'm seeking someone that is carrying around a lot of unresolved trauma, and I'm someone with a lot of unresolved trauma, holy shit, you know, that's going to be a very volatile relationship dynamic between two adults. Because that's what basically was going on between me and my mother as a little kid. And so it was crystal clear to, like, I had an emotional breakdown because it was a really cool meditation that I did where it was lighting a candle in the early morning when it's still kind of dark. And it's trying to feel it's really like staring at the little flicker light of the candle, but trying to see the separation between myself and the candle. And it's very profound. You know, it's a technique that I've came across, and it's really like I use it from time to time to really just kind of like reconnect with myself, because there's distance, you know. And then like the candle, I'll do it like pretty close away from like a hand, about a arm's length away. And then sometimes I'll go to like way the other side of the room and still try and really try and feel the separation between it. And in that, like, I really had this download of like, oh shit, you know, it's always been about reconnecting, you know, healing. And like, it was healing, but it was like, I wanted to reconnect what I felt I lost. But it also gave me the opportunity to circle back with my mom and having a conversation with her. You know, I was able to have a healthy conversation with her, non-judgmental, saying, hey, I had to kind of really set the stage to say, hey, I've been working on some stuff in therapy, and on my own in some meditation, and I just wanted to talk to you about some stuff. And the conversation I wanted to have with her was to basically say, hey, look, you know, I want to share with you how I felt when you got remarried and started another family, that I felt abandoned, I felt rejected, and I felt like I was on my own. I felt like I lost my mom, right? And in a lot of ways, and the other thing was is to say that, look, I know that was never your intention, right? I knew it was not her intention. I there's no way that my mom was like literally saying like, oh, I'm starting this other family to abandon my son, right? She didn't have that intention, but yet that's how I chalked that up. That's the story, right? We get back to this journaling, that's the story. And so how you can make a difference in your own life is you got to fucking start like doing things. It's about action, right? Life is about action. Results only come through action, right? You're not going to sit there and just think about shit all day long and expect for yourself to be fucking healthier, more whole, more complete, more fit, right? More happy, right? Anybody just want to be fucking happy about themselves, wake up joyful, right? It starts with attitude of gratitude, but making a difference, you have to literally do some things, you guys. You got to do some things, and then you got to create those habits that really make you feel happy. And that's where I get back to this fucking program. I'm grateful that a lot of you are reaching out. But this is daily wellness. This is a daily fucking routine. This is like willful shit, because the world's going to hit you with all kinds of other bullshit, right? The world's going to hit you with fucking bills and drama and stress and war, right? And COVID and elections, politicians, right? The news, all this bullshit, right? Your job, bosses, co-workers, payroll, paychecks, all this fucking crazy shit, right? The world hits you with all this shit. Breakdowns, injuries, fucking tons of shit, man. It goes on and on and on. You guys know this. But if you want to be able to have some fucking control over your life, over your state of being, right? Is there anybody that just feels like, man, you're not in control? Like you can't get it together. You feel less than fucking happy. You feel less than fucking, you're burnt out. I think that's what it is, right? Anybody feeling burnt out right now? Burnt out about life? Burnt out with this fucking body that you've been given in this thing called life, right? And this body is such a fucking resilient thing, man. How many of you guys have put your body through shit and it still keeps going, man? I can't believe it, right? But at some point, as the years start stacking on, the decades start stacking on, we get into our 40s, and then you start looking at your 50s and 60s and 70s. Holy shit, man. Right? This body takes a toll. It takes a fucking massive toll. It's amazing how resilient our bodies are, how abusive we can be to our own fucking biological fucking constructs, right? Our heart, our lungs, our fucking joints, our bones, our fucking muscles, right? We fuck ourselves by our bad habits, and we wonder why the fuck we feel like shit. And yet it takes this, man. It takes figuring out some shit, finding some new balance in your life, but it takes you fucking making a difference. You doing something. It will never change. You have to be willing to put in the fucking work. And we talked yesterday about being a parent, right? I think that was the problem with me as a kid, right? There's pretty much two types. There's like this safe, secure, healthy fucking raising. It's like the Leave It to Beaver, perfect fucking family. But even then, there's dysfunction and shit behind closed doors, right? That goody good. If you grew up in the goody good, I know a lot of people that's goody good, meaning like their parents are fucking pastors and all this shit. Their kids are pretty messed up, man. They've been through some stuff. But if you want to fucking start feeling better about yourself, right, you got to take care of this body. And the first thing you do is you start clearing out your mind, right? Because a lot of us are our worst fucking enemies. The shit we're telling ourselves, the thoughts we're having. We're not having positive thoughts. We're feeling like shit. We're looking like shit. And we're telling ourselves that fucking story all day long, right? I look like shit. I'm old. I'm fat, right? All these things. And we play it like, fuck, man. If you feel fat, if you feel old, if you feel unhealthy, right? If you feel like a sense of guilt, right? Because or resentment, you're in a relationship that's expired and you shouldn't be there still. And it's just causing you more pain and stress and suffering. Man, like you're replaying those thoughts probably fucking thousands of times, guys. Not 1 or 2 times, not 10 times, thousands of times in your head. And your body is the fucking trigger of that. What you're carrying around, the aches, the pains, the bulk, the rolls, and just fuck, man, you feel like shit. And I told you guys, you're not going to get results quick. But here we are, the first full week of March, right? March 7th, the first full fucking week of March. Here we are. And what are you going to do about it? How are you going to make a difference? Because it starts now, right? Yesterday, the time is now. The time is now. The stars are fucking aligned. 2 is right now, right? The stars are aligned. The fact that you were born into this earth. Do you guys realize that it's like you overcame like 1 in fucking 4 trillion odds of becoming a human being? Like I was meditating on that this morning in the earliest part of the morning, where I was just like, life, like what is this? What is life, and why do we make it so fucking complicated? Any of y'all making your life complicated by overthinking, by trying to control every fucking thing in your life? I was there. I used to try and control every fucking thing in my life. And in this newest season right now, right? Ever since I got that call from the universe, unexpected call, right? I had to really set an intention to say, look, this is a big job. It's a 24-hour job, man. I'm getting calls, fucking texts, all this shit, responsibility 24 hours a day. Because I am responsible for a motel where people are living there 24 hours a day. We have guests that are our customers 24 hours a day. It's not a quick transaction. Here's your product. Have a fucking lovely life. Oh, and then if you want to return it, no big deal. Here's your money back. Give us back the product. Have a lovely fucking life. No, these motherfuckers are on our property. We're responsible for them and all their little needs, right? And studies show that, it's interesting. Studies show that when you go on vacation and you stay somewhere, you don't want to feel like you're at home, right? That's not the hospitality approach. The winning hospitality approach is not to try and make people feel like they're at home, because what is our home like life, right? We got to cook, we got to clean, we got to do laundry, right? We got to fucking take our kids to school. We got to pay our bills. That shit's all stressful. Let's be honest. Most of that shit is stressful. So what most people, regardless of your age, you want to feel like you're at mom's house. Because when you were at mom's house, and some of us, please excuse me if you had a dysfunctional mother, but if you can just picture, right, the healthy mom, the loving mom, the nurturing mom, because that's not the reality for a lot of people. So forgive me for this, but it's just a study. And most people want to feel like they're at mom's house, because in a healthy mother-child fucking relationship, what happens? Mom takes care of you, right? You're hungry when you're a little kid. Guess what? Mom brings you something to eat. You get a little boo-boo. You get a little owie. Guess what? Mom puts a Band-Aid, gives it a kiss, pats you on your head, gives you a hug, and says, it's going to be okay, right? And that's how people want to feel subconsciously in hospitality. And if you can make them feel like they're being cared for, that their needs are there. Now, that's not to say some motherfuckers don't take advantage, right? Because some of y'all take advantage of shit. Some of y'all just complain about shit because you're complainers. Every fucking little thing you got to complain about. Why? Because you have an expectation. But a lot of you that are the biggest fucking complainers in this world, the ones I see on Facebook, always fucking complaining about every fucking little thing, right? You are the worst type of person because you can't hold yourself to that same expectation. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because I know what it is, right? To forgive. I know what it is to fuck up, right? I know what it is to hold expectations on others and be let down, be heartbroken. But I also know what it is to hold myself to a fucking expectation. It's hard. It's hard to hold myself fucking accountable. And at the end of the day, the more I hold myself accountable, the less I worry about shit on the outside. The less I worry about what other motherfuckers are doing. So the people that are the most extroverted of worry and concern and always just fucking crying wolf about every fucking little thing going on in this world, that just tells you guys that you're the type of person, your whole existence is not internalized. You are not in tune with yourself. You haven't put in the work, right? You're just looking for what? Validation from other fucking people. That's your way to feel seen and heard. And I know it makes you feel fucking shallow because a lot of those people are also liking their own posts. And I know I'm going to put a few of you on blast with that type of talk. But trust me, that's not making a difference in this world, right? If you're going around complaining about the world, complaining about politics, complaining about all these issues, right? Complaining about your circumstances, complaining about this, the road conditions, the this conditions, the that condition, every fucking thing, everything. And then it's like a week later, it's like, let me post a Bible verse or something weird. Or let me post a fucking a positive fucking thing, right? And then the next week, oh, more complaining, more complaining, more complaining. Oh, let me post a motivational. I mean, how many of you guys see these people? I hope there's probably a couple of you that might do that from time to time, right? And it's troublesome, but you got work. At least I can give you a hard time, but I do believe in you. I think you can change that behavior. You can be more what? Self-sufficient. That's the it's all on me mentality. You got to take total fucking ownership of your life. Total fucking ownership. Total fucking ownership. Not most ownership. Not fucking half ownership. Total fucking ownership. You don't like your paycheck? That's on you. You don't like your education level? That's on you. You don't like the fucking way that the scale looks, the number on the scale when you get it on there? That's on you, right? You don't like how you feel right fucking now? That's on you. You don't like the fucking relationship you're in? That's on you. You don't like the situation you're in? That's on you. Where you live? That's on you. Everything's on you, motherfuckers. Do you realize this shit? But some of y'all are so codependent that you are blaming somebody else, right? And that's a really tricky situation. I was having this conversation recently where it's like, you know, when you talk about relationships, you know, at 40 years old or in your 30s, right? And you've already done life, right? The relationship thing, and I think I'm gonna hit on this real quick. Let me hit on this. It's on you, motherfuckers. It's all on me. That's what you gotta fucking embrace if you want to start making a difference, right? Ain't nobody coming to your rescue. Ain't nobody gonna fucking help you out, except for probably this motherfucker right here. I have fucking signed up myself to try and help some people out, to make a fucking difference. That is why it's number 5 on this list. This is part of my fucking health and wellness. It is so fucking powerful for me to realize that I'm making a fucking difference out there in this world. That I'm being a part of the solution and not a part of the fucking problem, motherfuckers. How many of you guys are part of the fucking problem? Can't get out of your own fucking way and you're making more fucking messes than you're making fucking cleanups, right? You're chalking up more losses. You're fucking creating more stress in this world. You're showing up to work with a bad attitude. Just show up to work with a fucking good attitude today. Get the chip off your shoulder. Go fucking pull that person aside that there's this tension, right? Tension and fucking friction with. Be a fucking, take the high fucking road. That's what we do here on It's All On Me. We create fucking restoration, reconciliation with people, right? We count up the fucking shit that's going on. And we say, you know what? It's not worth the fucking drama, right? Tell somebody you're sorry. Ask forgiveness. Say, you know what? Man, can we talk? There's something going on between us. Does anybody have the fucking balls to do that with somebody today? Another human being? Or are you just going to fucking keep walking around the silent treatment, the avoidant fucking habits, this bullshit toxic behavior with other human beings and just hope this shit goes away? Either hope they die, they hoping you die, or someone gets fired or some fucking weird shit happens. You got to make fucking the difference. You have to make the difference in this world. And trust me, it's scary, but it feels fucking great. When you can actually look someone in the eyes and say, hey, you know what? I don't know if it's just me, right? Have any of you learned how to communicate with other human beings in a very vulnerable way, but yet it's very empowering where it's like, hey, I don't know if it's just me or what. Can we talk for a minute? I have felt that there's something going on. There's a misunderstanding between us. And like, I just want to clear the air with you. Is there something I've done to hurt you? Because I feel like I should apologize for it if I have, because there's something going on and I want to be a better fucking coworker, teammate, partner, whatever the fucking relationship is. That's where you can make a fucking difference in your life. And guess what? The universe is going to give it back to you. But you keep holding on to resentment and anger and misunderstandings. Most of that shit's just us assuming the fucking worst in people. Assuming someone's out to fuck you. Assuming someone's going to set you up. It's very self-defeating thinking. And I tell you guys, most of us, myself included, you guys, I have had to try and master. I'm working on it. I am so close to mastering my fucking mind. That is that is one of my highest goals, is self-mastery, is having control over myself, because for too many years I didn't trust myself. What does it take for you to trust another person? Right? Think about it. What does it take for you to trust another person? Can we start with honesty? If someone's not honest with you, do you trust them fully? Probably not, right? So when I say that there was so many years I didn't trust myself, what is that telling you guys? If you don't trust yourself right now fully, what is that telling you? You're lying to your fucking self. You're lying to your fucking selves, motherfuckers. You're lying to yourselves. And you need to stop that shit. Because your mind is so fucking twisted from all the lies and the fucking bullshit that it's like, you got to stop. And you got to start chalking this stuff up by journaling. I'm telling you, I'm never going to stop hammering on journaling. Every fucking day, you guys. Every fucking day, you got to journal. Go buy yourself a 3-ring binder, man. A little fucking notebook. Go to fucking Target, Walmart, wherever the fuck. Office Depot, one of these fucking companies, and just get yourself a fucking notebook. It doesn't have to be some fancy schmancy journal. Some people like that shit, right? Some people that have been journaling, they have some really fancy ones. You guys see me, man. Mine's like the little 5-star fucking little kid journal for fucking 4th, 5th grade. I don't give two fucks. I just need something that's there for me to be able to write my thoughts down. Organize my thoughts, because at the end of the day, it took me a long time to realize how fucking negative I was, how much I beat myself up every fucking day through my thoughts. And I wanted to make a difference. And I want this thing called self-mastery. I want to have emotional regulation, right? I want to be able to know when I want to know where I'm at neutral, right? When I'm literally I'm feeling good. I feel good. Neutral's good for me. Neutral. Then there's happy, right? Like a smile can take me just a little above neutral, right? And then there's experiences I have that really make me feel great, right? And a lot of times it's throughout the day. It's having somebody reach out that's asking for help or asking for guidance or being impacted by this message, and that boosts my day, right? That's one of my love language, those two, right? Affirmations number 2, physical touch 1. So it's self-mastery. Self-mastery is knowing thyself. Are you an introvert or you an extrovert, right? What are your love languages? What are your attachment styles, right? I'm usually an anxious attachment style, but I can also be avoidant, right? And so then I think that's called disorganized attachment, when you're kind of like, get away from me, no, come back, right? And it's so much of our attachment styles, again, goes back to the 0 to 10 years old. And I think that's what gives me this unique perspective, is because I taught for 2 years and I got to be around that. I'm a father too. I have 2 teenagers, so I saw their development throughout the years, and I contributed to very traumatic events within my kid's life. I mean, I have to chalk that reality up too. I know, right? I can look myself in the eyes again, because I'm done bullshitting myself. I'm done lying to myself, you guys. And I'm done lying to other fucking people. So when I look at my own life, I look at my own role as a father, I know I have fucking caused my kids trauma. Without a question, man. I have created traumatic events in my kid's life as the drunk motherfucker, coming home drunk or getting so upset at them and fucking spanking still and all this shit, man. It's horrible. And yet I can now, in this day and age, I have conversations with my kids about this stuff. Healthy conversations. And it's painful for me to realize that I harmed my kids this way. But I realized that the only way that healing's gonna happen is what? I gotta take total ownership. I can't bullshit myself about it. I can't just say, oh, well, time is gonna heal. Time does not fucking heal shit. Time does not heal. It numbs the pain. It distances us from the event. But trust me, I have encounters all the time with people that have had events 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. And just the thought of the event in the right soil, with us having the right energy between us in a conversation, the tears and the breakdown happens, the emotional breakdown happens. Why? Because it's unhealed. But the breakdown alone opens up an opportunity for there to be healing, to breathe healing and new life into it, because you have to release this shit. And the only way, I had this encounter with one of my students, the negative self-talk, the way she was able to release it, and I told her, write that down. All this bad shit, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, write it down, right? Because when you get it out of here and you put it on paper, it's gone. It's up to you whether you want to put it back in there. And here's the thing. For every one negative thought you have, and every day you got thousands upon thousands of negative thoughts, because most of us are inherently living in a pretty negative world. If we look around and we're watching news, we're plugged into culture and headlines and politics. If you're watching any of this shit, I mean, even right now, like gas, I don't fucking know. Gas is expensive. Okay, you should have went fucking traveling like me in 2020, but guess what? You were watching the news back then too. I wasn't watching the news. I was traveling. And now gas is expensive. So we'll see. You know, change up some of your spending habits. Buy less snacks, right? Snacks are expensive. Fast food is expensive. It adds up. Fucking drive-through coffee is expensive every day. Cut on that shit, right? Save up your money and then go on a fucking amazing trip, regardless of how much the gas costs. Go somewhere. Do something that gives you fucking joy, right? Instead of getting so fucking caught up. And if you are someone that's so caught up that the fucking gas is really stacking up, well, then maybe it's time to go back to school, to learn some new skills, to increase your marketplace value. Because if you're not happy with how much you're making right now, right? If you don't feel like you can afford the cost of goods, what are you going to do? You got to be the one to make a difference. You're not a fucking tree. You can grow in different ways, and it's constantly learning. And that's number 4 on the list. I had someone ask me, what do you mean by personal development? It's on my list. It's going across this ticker every fucking day, motherfuckers. Personal development is a part of your daily routine, right? You have to take your education into your hands. it's something that I totally had a revelation as a teacher, that what we're doing in public schools right now is not teaching. I'm sorry, it's not fucking teaching. The day in and day out, the memorization of multiplication, times tables, fractions, fucking numerals, place value, all this bullshit, reading stories, writing, regurgitating, practicing for tests. None of that is fucking learning. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not going to convince me otherwise. It's information, right? There's a difference between being given information, memorizing it, having some new knowledge. It's not learning. Learning is when you are inspired as a human being at any age to go to have curiosity, curiosity is right next to happiness in the emotional wheel. Curiosity is a fucking really amazing emotion. To be curious of something, to be so curious about any topic in this world that you're going to go and do the research, that you start to seek more information on your own without anybody telling you what to do. That is the essence of being a learner. And so I'm someone that says I'm a lifelong learner. And the thing that I'm trying to fucking learn the most about, motherfuckers, is me. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck I am. What do I love? What do I hate? What do I want? And why? I've been telling you guys this forever, since the fucking beginning of the year. You got to journal down those 4 things. It starts there, because I had to wake up at 41 years old, post a 21-year fucking divorce. And it was like shock. I was in shock. I was like, where's my family? This attachment, it's gone. It's dead. It's gone. It's disappeared. Where's my family? They're gone. Oh, fuck. But I thought that's who I was. I was a husband. I'm a father. I'm still a father, but I'm no longer a husband. But my whole identity was in the relationship of marriage. And at the end of the day, some of you, that is your identity. Your identity is in your relationship. Your identity is in your occupation. Your identity is in your faith. That's not who you are. Don't bullshit yourself. You can try and fucking tell yourself that shit. I don't give a fuck. You tell yourself what you want. It's all on me. It's me trying to figure out me and sharing with you guys what I'm figuring out, because I think it's actually working, because I know where I fucking have come from. I have shit to show you. Results, motherfuckers. Results. I'm showing you guys the results. And the thing about me, I don't think I'm any better than any of you. There are some of you watching and listening to this. You are more talented than me. You are more gifted than me. You are a better speaker than me. And you just don't want to show it. You just don't believe it right now because you have negative self-talk in your head. But you have something incredible inside of you. And I'm trying to fucking stir the fucking pot. Stir that fucking pot. To get you guys to start fucking doing some shit. To make a difference in your life. That's what this all comes down to. Is making a difference in your life. And it's I get it. When I first came out blasting, man, fucking pop, 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 putting fucking rounds on target. Motherfuckers started scattering like fuck. Where's the pictures? This guy's such a great photographer. Where's all them pictures at, man? Please, what is this? No. And it's like, I'm sorry, motherfuckers. But y'all don't know me unless you know me, and you are not me, and I'm not you. And a lot of you are going around wearing fucking masks, pretending to be fucking shit you're not. It's super inauthentic, and it's leaving you fucking bankrupt. It's not giving you back what you truly want in life. And that's what you need to figure out. What the fuck do you want? And if you think life is all about this bullshit mediocrity, watching the news, getting stressed out, doing your voting every couple years, paying your taxes, paying your bills, earning a paycheck, filling up your gas tank if you can do it nowadays, right? It's got to be more than all of that, right? Even showing up to fucking Sunday service, it's got to be more than that, because you're only doing that once a week, if that, once a year, if that. So what about the rest of the fucking time? What is this really all about? This thing called life. I think it's about finding out what our meaning is, and we don't have to have the same meaning. I'm giving you guys just a program to try and get to a place in yourself where you can truly figure out who you are. And when you do, and you start to express yourself, you're probably going to lose some people. And when I sit here and I talk about letting go, you're going to lose some people, you're going to lose some things, but you're not going to lose everything. I can tell you that much. But it's a hell of a fucking exciting thought to say that, to let go of everything. I'm telling you guys right now, I have to start moving. I got to get my shit in gear so I can start to fucking move. Do you know how much I fantasized about just if I let go of everything and then all I have is me, all I have to do is move me instead of all the stuff? I mean, how much of the stuff as I look around here do I even use? It's just fucking stuff. And at the end of the day, this stuff all costs a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of my hard-earned money. I'd rather have the money in the bank right now than all the stuff. I'd rather, if I could right now, I'd rather convert every fucking thing I have here, all the stuff, I'd rather convert it into money in the bank. Any of you feel that way? But you look at your stuff and you have memories, and it brings up memories, and you know, it's gifts, and it comes in all these different forms, and you think it's shit you need, right? Some of y'all need to get rid of your couch. That fucking lazy boy. Any of y'all need to get rid of the couch? For sure, get rid of the tube. Get rid of the TV, get rid of the couches. Some of y'all shouldn't have living rooms in your houses no more, right? You should probably put a yoga mat out there. Fucking put, like, you should have a piece of exercise equipment and like a yoga mat or something, right? No more tube, no more fucking couches. You don't need to sit on your ass. You need to fucking put your body in motion. Start taking care of yourself. It's March. The summer's going to be here like this. Some of you guys can make a huge difference, man, to get closer to feeling much better about yourself, right? And again, here I am. I've shown you guys, right? And I see all kinds of people. There's all kinds of diets and fads out there. I don't know about some of these people showing all these success stories. Now everybody's a fucking health and nutrition coach. I'm noticing that a lot in this day and age, coming out post-COVID. And it's amazing. I know I'm not the only person that started thriving in the middle of the pandemic, right? There's a lot of people that started thriving. And you guys should, you know, if you are feeling like shit and you're seeing some of these people posting up these success stories, the before and after, you should actually, again, teach yourself something about them. Start learning, right? I'm someone, I got my program, right? Plant-based, whole food, Forks Over Knives, The Game Changers. Those are two documentaries I talk about in terms of nutrition. Forks Over Knives, The Game Changers. Those are two documentaries that fucking really changed my thinking about going vegan, plant-based, whole food. And I don't see a reason why I'd ever go back. I don't miss the fucking steaks. Trust me, I don't eat a lot of the fake meats, the Impossible and the Beyond Beef, all that bullshit. But when I do, it's pretty good, man. I'm telling you, the burgers I make, holy fuck, it's good. The burgers I make are so good, man. The Impossible Meat fucking tortilla burgers, you guys would love those. And I've eaten a lot of good burgers, but these ones, fuck, they're good. But I don't eat them all the time. That's not what it's about, right? I did a shit ton of meal prepping yesterday. A lot of fucking Yukon Gold potatoes in the Instapot. I did a fucking huge tofu scramble. I made my overnight oats, right? And this shit is like, I don't give a fuck. At 43 years old, I don't need to fucking hit McDonald's. Hit McDonald's one day and then Burger King's Tuesday and fucking Wendy's is Wednesday. What the fuck, man? That is fucking garbage in, garbage out. We've all seen the movie Super Size Me, right? Go watch Super Size Me. Stop eating the fucking garbage, man. The knowledge is out there. Y'all seen Super Size Me. It ain't just fucking McDonald's. If you're going and getting food, nutrition through a fucking drive-through window or a convenience store, you're fucked. You're fucking yourself. You need to put in more effort to make a difference in your nutrition. If you just changed up those 2 fucking meals in the morning, a big old fucking shake, nutrient fucking just all kinds of good, healthy plant food, right? In a fucking big old nutrient bomb, like a shake in the morning, and then like some overnight oats, right? That shit would make a huge difference. But if you're still eating fucking drive-through food, you're not gonna make a difference in your life. You're killing yourself with your eyes open. And you know that shit ain't giving you back nothing. But again, we have it on here, right? Fitness, nutrition, personal development, right? Mindfulness and making a difference. It's all on there, motherfuckers. I haven't changed. It's not going to change. This program's not going to change. It's a part of who I am, right? Am I perfect? Fuck no. Every single day I got to earn my fucking health. I got to earn the lifestyle I'm aiming for, right? And I got big fucking dreams and big goals. And there's a part of me that wishes I could just let go of everything here so that my move is just moving myself. But there's a really big cleansing opportunity for me in this season. We're getting closer to spring, and this is going to be one of the ultimate spring cleanings I've ever had, because literally I'm going to just very slowly and methodically start moving a few things to my new house, to my new home, right? And I'm only going to move what? The dining room and living room shit, right? The couches, right? That I don't even sit on. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at 2 couches over there right now, and I got a nice big ass fucking TV. Honestly, I swear to you, I have not sat on those couches in probably over 3 months. More than 3 months. And they're right fucking there. And I haven't sat on those couches. I had a guest over here yesterday. They sat on the couch. I have not sat on that couch in months. Months. I don't have time for that shit. And this shit sounds hardcore. I'm like, it's like whatever. It's not hardcore to me. I fill my time and my energy with different stuff. Like, I guess I could do my mindfulness there on those couches. They're pretty nice couches. They're comfortable. They have like the recliners and shit on them. I could do my mindfulness there. I just have other spaces that I just feel like it's more productive for me to be grounded. But I want you to try and fucking think about this week. How are you going to make a difference? Like, you should have a daily goal every day. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't give yourself fucking a huge list that you ain't going to be able to accomplish. Give yourself one goal today, right? Give yourself a weekly goal, you guys. What's the goal for the end of this week? That when this motherfucker gets on here, right, Saturday, you can say, hey, you accomplished something, right? Is it signing up for a gym membership? Is it going out for a walk 3 times this week? Is it going for a hike, right? Is it having a conversation with somebody that you have some tension with, right? Giving them a phone call, seeing them in the break room, making a willful effort to like go and reach out to another human being to say, hey, you know what? I feel like there's something not right between us, and I want to take responsibility for my part of that, not getting all defensive and saying, oh, I brought you in here for you to apologize to me. Don't fucking do that shit. Some of you want to just do that shit. You want to pull somebody in because you're like, hey, I've been waiting for you to apologize to me for a fucking month. No, take fucking ownership. Figure out how you have contributed to the fucking mess up in that relationship, right? And we think, oh, it's about us, it's about whatever, but like you need to get a little less of the ego, right? There's a reason why there's friction there. I mean, clearly if someone's done you wrong, like, okay. But even then, they might not even know, motherfuckers, right? Do you realize that there are times where we think in our minds that someone is intentionally hurting us, and literally, you guys, they do not know. They're oblivious. They're oblivious to it, and that's a misunderstanding. You took a situation, and again, everyone has a different fucking perspective. So our communication is so important, and we fuck ourselves with bad communication that you're holding a grudge against somebody that you've never really even had a fucking conversation to unwind what is the true misunderstanding there, and allowing there to be safe space that if you're feeling hurt by somebody, you have to be able to fucking communicate that shit, right? And you need to kind of set the context to say, hey, Can we talk? There's been something that's been bothering me, and I want to let you know, like, and here's another thing, you guys, if someone has hurt you, for you to really have the right energy to go into that situation and hopefully come out closer, better, clearing the air, you need to forgive that person. You need to literally like breathe forgiveness into them and into that situation. If you have yet to communicate with somebody an issue and you're just holding like a little grudge, you're holding some resentment, there was something they said, something they did that threw you off, and now you're feeling like they have done something or harm you or hurt you. It's really important that you forgive that person in your mind and in your spirit, in your heart, and even journal it down. Hey, I forgive it. I wrote this up here. You guys, I don't know how many of you have really actually done this, if anybody. Write down the names of everyone that's ever hurt you, big or small. Right? It's very fucking healing. It's very therapeutic for you guys to get this shit out, to be self-aware of micro hurts and major hurts. Like people, like there's the difference between someone that literally has committed a crime against you, right? That it takes legal fucking courtrooms to like put people in jail for the rest of their lives type shit. And then there's just like miscommunication, misunderstanding, assumption, breakdowns in communication, toxic relationships where there's just lots of little fucking microaggressions, passive aggressions that create all this hurt, all this resentment, and all this anger and frustration, and it really deteriorates the relationship. But even then, if you write down all these names, here's the solution at the end. You need to forgive them all. You need to have forgiveness. You need to say, I forgive them. Because trust me, you're the villain in someone's story. Uh-oh. You, little goody good, are a villain in someone's story. You're so goody good that you would never hurt anybody, but you've hurt a lot of fucking people. If you're doing life, you've hurt other people. And whether it's intentional or unintentional, we take on hurts in all different types of ways. So this vicious cycle just fucking is never ending until you say enough's enough. And I'm going to take ownership. And I'm going to start fucking saying, you know what? I'm going to be someone that forgives people, whether they would even ask for it. And don't throw it in their faces. Just breathe it in. Say, I forgive them, just in your own personal way. Ask for forgiveness. Seek forgiveness. Say, I forgive this person. I let these fucking feelings go. So then when you do have that conversation, you can even tell them, hey, can we talk? I really feel that there's been a breakdown in our relationship. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is you talking. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I was kind of holding a grudge against you for something that happened a few weeks back, months back, a year back, fucking forever ago. And I just wanted to clear the air. Like, it's something that bothered me. I wasn't able to talk to you about it, but I'm wondering if there's a chance that we can have a discussion about this in a safe place. And it might not be right then and there, catching them off guard. You may have to create an invitation to give them an opportunity to have that deeper conversation, to really get to the root of what is harming you, what is hurting you, what has bothered you, because it may be bothering them too. And they're like, oh my God, I never saw it that way. I never realized that what I did hurt you or made you feel that way. I'm sorry. And then fuck, man, like you've just paid karmic debt. You've just freed yourself from fucking all this internal fucking harm that you're doing to yourself. And that is making a difference in your fucking life. That's you taking fucking ownership of your fucking life, of your emotional state of being, your psychological state of being. And it took what? Listening to the drunk motherfucker for an hour to figure that shit out. Didn't have to go to therapy. Didn't have to pay any co-pays. Didn't have to do any fucking appointments. Nothing. Didn't have to use gas to go drive to the appointment. Hopefully you're just sitting there in your fucking comfort of wherever. And you're like, okay, I get this now. And if you don't fully get it, reach out to me and I'll coach you some more, right? Free fucking session. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make a difference this week, motherfuckers. Quit making them fucking excuses. That's the difference. Which is it? A difference maker or an excuse maker? Which are you, right? Do you want fucking results or do you want more misery, motherfuckers? Your choice, your life. I know what I'm picking. I'm going to keep making a difference. I'm going to keep chalking up them wins. I'm going to keep getting them results because guess what? Results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.